We're back live on Too Much for Much, and I want to read a fax that just rolled in while we were just doing that last pack. Dear Mr. Manson, this is from Julie and Brittany in Richmond Hill, Ontario. You seem quite intelligent when being interviewed. Does it occur to you that by promoting self-mutilation, you're giving the message to millions of fans that harming themselves is a cool thing to do? And just before you respond to that, I want to play a quick piece of tape. We were at your in-store appearance at a record store downtown, and we took the opportunity to ask some of your fans about specific issues that come up, and self-mutilation was one of them. So this is fan responses to the question of self-mutilation. Let's roll that.
It doesn't really do anything for me, but whatever people like, they can do. I think it's just people looking for something different.
Self-mutilation, I view people should, if they're into that, they should not do it because Mr. Manson does it or Marilyn Manson does it. I think it's something that if you're into it, do it.
I personally do not find anything appealing about self-mutilation. I mean, I think that people who have piercings look cool and everything, but just to me personally, it does not appeal to me. I don't like to hurt myself, so.
Self-mutilation? I think it's unoffensive.
It's cool. They're the band, not me. They can do whatever they want. They're the band, not me. It's cool.
They're the band, not me. Well, you have the explicit permission of a very young kid to do whatever you want, so I'm sure you're thrilled about that.
Well, that's, it's almost an outdated subject for me. It was something that I was very much into a year ago, but not so much into anymore. But for me, it was an expression of, maybe me trying to relate to the audience what lyrically I was trying to express pain-wise, physically. And it was kind of ritualistic, but it's not something that I do now, but that's not to say that I regret it or am against it. It was just where I was at a year ago.
So it's about externalizing your pain? It's about taking it back?
Yeah, and I mean, it's actually a very Christian ritual. If you look back in history, it was something, flailing and self-mutilation was something that people used to do to repent for their sins. So
they didn't really have rock stars, though.
They have to actually blame the Christians for that.
They didn't have rock stars then that they idolized in that same way.
No, but they had a guy on a cross who was very similar.
Kind of rock starish.
I'd like to respond to the idea put forth that people who do take an interest in things like self-mutilation or the different practices that Marilyn Manson exposes people to through his videos are somehow drowning, or you're throwing them an anchor. I mean, to me, people who do express themselves in this way are a lot less likely to drown than people who are sitting back, repressed, who don't talk about it. And I think that we live in a big city, and it's easy to forget that people in small towns who may be dressed like this or explore these type of things are actually taking a pretty big risk in their own communities. And I don't think they should be called like drowning people. I think they're probably going to be a lot more healthy.
Tim, you want a chance to respond to that?
Sure. I spent a couple hours down here before I came down and talking to some people out in the crowd, but some of the kids I work with over on Yonge Street and stuff. We have 12 and 13-year-olds on the street who take you almost as their role model because their parents have messed them over. And I know you understand it because that's part of your message. But I think that a lot of what happens with your fans and you're going platinum with your music and stuff like this, they don't understand the satanic message. They think it's gimmicky, but I can tell from reading through it and from Little Horn, The Man You Fear, the satanic references that come through that speak strong. It's not a gimmick, is it? That's really who you are.
Well, I mean, Satanism is only one element of what I'm about. I like philosophy, and Satanism is an interesting philosophy because it's about self-preservation and individuality. The word Satan, is a rebellion against society, but...
In your life, is there an opportunity for salvation? Like, I cling to my salvation pretty intensely. Do you understand salvation?
I mean, that's what my whole record is about, what I struggled through, and I think the answer in the end is your only salvation is yourself. And that was my answer at the end.
Your only salvation is yourself. I got to get back here because there's